Alright, I'm back. I had to figure out, I had to switch my bike connector because the heat shrink I have wasn't wanting to fit over this other connector I have for some reason. So I had to switch them out. So I switched to these. Oh, yeah. I know they fit on. I used it before with my other radios. So you can take it, kind of wiggle it on there like that. Kind of pull it. Don't pull on the wire too much. I hold it and pull this way, so kind of tug on the wire. Just be careful when doing that. You don't pull it out of the connector there. Yep. See, let's pull out the connector, but I'm not actually going to use this for anything, so I'll just kind of shove it back in. So once you get it, a pretty decent fair amount on each side. Try to get a little more on this side. It's kind of hard to pull through sometimes. Alright, that should be good. Just be careful when you're putting it together, you don't pull it out like that. And then, once it's together like that, you're going to take your lighter. You're going to keep moving it. Don't hold it in one spot or it'll burn. Okay, kind of do one side, flip it around. Ooh, hot shit. Okay, and then, doesn't light the right way. The way was just hot. And just keep moving it around until then you're gonna kind of blow it, okay? Down. That's what it's like. Then it keeps it from getting frayed here. It keeps from getting frayed on the end or anything like that. It helps it keep it from pulling out if it didn't already, like mine did, but like that. But mine wasn't held in, so. But I'll show you real quick on another one, and hopefully that one works properly on the other purple. So let's try that. And hopefully that one works properly. So since this is the radio one, I haven't done this one yet. So let me undo this one for you guys. There we go. Grab one of these out. It looks like it's gonna be too long. I've done enough of these radios. I've done like 10 or more radios in different vehicles for myself and friends. So I can kind of tell by looking at it that's gonna be too long. If you start doing this enough, you'll kind of be able to get the same kind of idea. So cut it off. Do the same thing before. Make sure if you get these 3M1s, they work good. These 3M1s, your better ones, they work really good. You just gotta make sure. That's why that one pulled out. You just gotta make sure you get them really good and tight on these ones. We're doing a plain purple now, so find your plain purple with no black stripe on it. Do the same thing as the one with the black stripe. Shove it in there. Oh wait, ooh, see I almost missed a step. So always make sure you get that heat shrink on it before you do that, or you'll have to cut your wire and redo it. I almost missed that. So always make sure you get that heat shrink on at least one side before you put that butt connector on. I almost had to redo it. So shove it in there again. Remember, crimp it towards the end first. And crimp it in the middle. There we go. Okay. And then again, just slide this up. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it gets caught in the middle here. If you crimp it down too much, it kind of flattens it out and pushes the edges out like that. So it kind of has a hard time getting over that sometimes. So let's take these cutters and very lightly, use these cutters, very lightly squeeze it in so it's not so wide. And then again, just kind of pushing it and pulling it, working its way up. Again, be careful to pull out the wires. Sometimes these are a pain in the ass to get on. It can be very time consuming to get this heat shrink on. Something a little bit bigger than ideal, but it's all I have laying around right now. Let me finish getting this on. I'll come back to you. No, I need to go to the camera. I'll just do it like that. So keep just wiggling it, moving it around, however you think it's going to work. See, I'm pulling out pretty hard now, and these weren't pulling out. Because the thing is good when you get a good, the butt connector is good when you get a good bite on. You don't just have a good enough squeeze down on it. Okay, now we got about even on both sides, about quarter of an inch or an inch and a half, so, or half an inch on both sides. So pull your lighter back out. Do it lightly, back and forth, and flip it over. And do more. Get towards the end. Kind of twist it as you're going. That should be good right there. And then see, that would be a good one. See, nice and tight, won't pull apart. And then basically, so I don't waste all my butt connectors, you're gonna do the same thing throughout the whole thing. Just strip it, connect it, make sure you get your heat shrink down before you put the butt connector on. Match the green to the green, and the black stripe green to the black stripe green. And you keep doing that throughout the whole kit. You're gonna keep doing that. And that's gonna be pretty easy. Just pretty much you're matching up color to color. And getting these butt connectors. This was, oh man, how much was this? Walmart, I think it was like $6 or something close to that. $6 or so, close to that somewhere. And the heat string tubing, buy a package for a few bucks, I think, AutoZone. And you can get these wire things, the wire strippers and cutters stuff, and these, and the heat string. Get all that at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Walmart, anything like that has all this stuff. Home Depot, they all have all this stuff. Okay, this stuff used for other stuff besides car radios, so they have all this stuff. And then that's basically it. Yeah, just like I said, make sure it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Color to color, black to black, green to green, red to red, and so on. It's pretty easy. So have a good day, have fun, good luck, subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. Okay, so today in this video I'm going to show you, I had a request for how to connect up your radio wires for these ones that go to that plug in the factory car harness. And this is the one that actually plugs into the radio itself. I'm going to show you the process of, I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'll show you the process of starting to connect up some of those. So what you're going to need is actually going to need the wires for the radio and the one that goes to your OEM car harness that's already in your car. You're going to need some butt connectors. And it's probably better to use the red ones. They're smaller, they're a smaller gauge, so it'll hold the wire. So you use the bluer ones or a bigger one. The wire, when you try to clamp it, the wire will be loose in there. You're gonna want, this isn't necessarily about heat shrink. I prefer to use heat shrink. You're gonna want your wire cutters, snippers, and strippers. Do all that pretty much. And I prefer to cut. If I need to cut with these dikes, you can use dikes and cutters, snippers, whatever. And then a lighter for the heat shrink. Okay, so I'm gonna start by taking one of the one that connects to the factory radio, and this purple and these green, these are gonna be for speakers. Your black's gonna be your negative. Your gray's gonna be more speakers. Your white's gonna be more speakers. Your red's gonna be your battery. Your yellow's gonna be your 12-volt constant, which is a constant power which saves your radio station in your settings. That's what keeps that saved. If you were to not hook this up or undo it, your radio station's preset would go away. This is the orange usually for the illumination. So the dimmer, if you turn your headlights, the dimmer for the dash like that, it should work in compliance with that, or in sync with that in compliance. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take one of them, and we'll see. We're gonna go with 18 gauge. So the 18 gauge, kind of twist it around like this, twist it around to loosen up, and just pull towards you. And sometimes they'll pull right off because it's too if the wire's like an 18 gauge. So now, see, just went up to 16. It kind of snapped because it cut through it. So do the same thing, and then pull, and that's what you're left with. So then what I do is I twist it. It's nice and twisted because let's show you. What tends to happen sometimes if you don't twist it. See, go back to the 16 gauge. Listen, that didn't snap that time. But twist it around, pull, pulls off. See how it's not, before I twist it, it can get frayed really easy, see? You can do that really easy, but with this, It's all twisted so it stays together. And it's easier to shove in the connector when you have it twisted. So then once you have these cut, and before you put your connector on, you're going to want to put your heat shrink tubing on. Okay? And go grab out one of the connectors. What did we say we were going to go for? We were going to go for red, weren't we? Yeah, go for red. Okay. Now what you want to do, I'll put it on here. I like to twist it after I put it on. It'll start to kind of get tight. I don't really know how to explain it. You'll feel it when you start to twist it on there. It'll feel like it's getting tight around it. And then on mine, I have little ones that show which butt connectors. I'm going to go for the red one. That's what I'm using. You want to put it on there. You want to put it towards the back for the first one. Then put it together as hard as you can, like that. Let's see, it's tight in there. And then I'm gonna go over here and see almost all radios, the aftermarkets, all the colors are gonna match up with your aftermarket harness. So the aftermarket radio harness. You can see here's the whites, here's the grays, here's the purples, here's the greens. So they're all gonna basically match up. So, and all of them have one. So I can get this. All of them have one black stripe. So there's black stripe white, plain white, black stripe gray, plain gray, black stripe purple, plain purple, black stripe green, and plain green. Okay? So since we just did the purple, the black stripe purple, we want to come over here to our radio harness, get the black stripe purple, and then do the same process of pulling stripping the end off the wire. Go. Then you want to twist it again, and then you want to shove it into here. It's kind of hard to twist it when you got the one end twisted, but I still. And then sometimes it kind of trying to shove it in, kind of bunches up like that. Just pull it back out. No big deal. Twist it up a little bit. Take your end cutters, your nips, whatever you want, dikes, and then just cut a little bit off just so we can get in that butt connect a little bit further without being bunched up. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing. Get your red one, put it towards the back again. Push as hard as you can. And what I do, and I'll do one in the middle too, just to keep it tight and together. And then you want to take the butt connector you put on there and work it over top. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt sometimes. Let me do this. I'm gonna crunch the end down a little bit so I can get the butt connector over a little bit easier. Come on. Wait a second, I'll do this and come back.